Hey, welcome to my YouTube video regarding an outside main water pipe leak. So I'm not a plumber, and we learned this as we went along with the goal to try to save money. The first thing was digging. Dig. I thought we saw the water leaking up top on the ground. Obviously, it started as a small leak and it got bigger and bigger. So watching YouTube videos taught me that, hey, I got a leak in my main water line pipe from the well pump to the house. So we started digging, and we thought it was going to be a couple feet down. That's my son doing most of the work, but it was 4.5 feet down. And as we dug, it filled with water, so I had to go buy a pump, a submersible pump, $54 on Amazon, delivered really quickly, literally in like 6 hours they delivered it. Kept digging, and we finally found the leak. And so you can see it was a pre-existing leak that was already had a coupler unit and 4 clamps. So it was leaking from a previous leak. And we'd been in the house 22 years, so that repair was already, at least obviously 22 years old. So we got that thing dug out pretty well. But again, I did not know, what I was doing. I needed some help, so I kept going to the plumbing store, while we were digging. I made a few trips, and finally, I found this great plumbing store about 10 minutes from our house. A great young man, just extremely helpful, walked me through what to buy and how to do it. So I'll actually show you the video I recorded of him explaining how I should fix this thing. So here you go.
This heat it up. Yeah, get it hot. Slide this in to probably about there, or it doesn't really matter, just about there.
Okay.
And you slide these on, and you bring them up to right at the end of the pipe, where the last barb stops. And you clamp these two together.
Yep.
Like right next to each other, like that.
Oh, okay.
Kissing partners.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like that.
Do they have to be offset, by the way, the screw-in part?
Oh, no.
No, they can be.
They can be up top like that,
good.
or however you like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then heat up the other side, bend them up, and get them in together. So we went home. I got a propane tank and a trigger start, so we could have flame and heat up that pipe to take it apart. That was the first step, to get that old coupler out of there. And that went very well. There's my son pulling apart the pipe. And then there's the coupler, pulled the coupler out. This is the old rusty coupler. It turned out to be brass, which my wife informs me, by the way, is copper and zinc. So you can see the pipes apart there. And then, sorry I didn't show you putting in the new coupler, but there's the new coupler. We heated up the pipe again to get the new coupler in. And it went in very easily, actually. Everything went very well. There's the new repair. So we tightened down on that puppy, and then we waited. So we waited about 24 hours. That was pre-existing water. By the next morning, that water was gone. So I wanted to show you up close. Here's the brass coupler. You can see the 2 pinhole leaks in it. Amazing how much water came out of those little small teeny leaks. Look how thin that brass coupler is too. Just when we look at it, we're like, wow, it's so corroded, and maybe it's 30 years old. We don't know how long it was down there, that repair. But glad to get it out of there. By the way, the whole goal of us doing this repair was to save $600, perhaps $800 on hiring a plumber. So we didn't know what we were doing. I manage radio stations. I am not a plumber or a fix-it guy. But with my son, we had this fun project and actually really enjoyed doing it together. We obviously filled the hole in again. Waited full 24 hours before we filled the hole, and there was just no water coming out of there. We did tighten up the clamps one more time, by the way, before we filled the hole in. I recommend that because we got another quarter to half turn on each one of those screws on the clamps. So we didn't bear down too hard on it, right? You don't want to crick anything. But anyway, so we filled in the hole, and just had a lot of fun doing this project. And it feels very good to save for whatever it was, $600-800 that a plumber would have charged us. There's my well pump. By the way, we marked the spot where the leak was. I measured from the well pump out to the hole, and then used a tree to firm up the spot. So I made a record of where the leak is, and we'll keep that for the next homeowners. So, great project. My son Daniel, again, he's about 26. He did the lion's share of the work. He did 90% of the work. So hope you enjoyed this, and hope your project gets done well, no pun intended, just like ours.